Welcome, welcome, welcome. I cannot believe that this is the very first episode of the Lindsey Walker Show. If you don't know, I had a podcast, or shall I say have a podcast, because it's still this show, called the Publicity Club Podcast, and it is now being rebranded as the Lindsey Walker Show. We're talking all things faith. I am a Jesus girl. We're talking all things publicity. I am a seasoned publicist of the past 15 years. And we are also talking about business. Now, there are going to be various segments and various aspects to the show. Okay. Typically, I will be sharing either a personal story that's related to business. I'll be giving tips and strategies on how to get publicity for your business. I will have coaching episodes, and I will also be introducing a segment called Inside of the Take, which is today's episode. And Inside of the Take is basically my take on moments that are currently shaping our culture. So, without further ado, the very first episode, or the very first segment that we're going to talk about inside of the take is Kristy Scott. Now, if you are anything like me, you've been following Kristy and Desmond for quite some time. You fell in love with them. You fell in love with their dynamic. You fell in love with Desmond's infectious and interesting laugh. Okay, we fell in love with them. So when I heard that they were divorcing, I had to check headlines. I did. I had to check the headlines, and I had to make sure that they were true because I didn't believe it. You know how social media can get, especially blogs that are not credible. People take things and they run with it and they start rumors. And so once I did my due diligence and I found out it was true, immediately, of course, my thoughts first and foremost are always with each person involved because that can be hard. They have young children, all of the above. Now, let's talk Kristy. I want to see her use this moment to really get to her bag. You guys know, as well as I do, that when moments of tragedy happen, when unexpected things happen in your life, sometimes we can feel like they're setbacks. And let this be a lesson to all of us that it's not a setback, right? In fact, I believe that this will be one of her greatest comebacks yet. So, I have a plan. Okay, I have a plan on what's next for Kristy, or rather, my take on what I would love to see from Kristy. Okay, let's get into it. 1, Kristy, we want you to heal. We want you to take all the time that you need to make sure that you are well and whole, whatever that looks like for you. But girl, after that, we want to see a book. I'm talking Simon & Schuster, like Penguin House. A book deal is so necessary. It does not have to be about her relationship. It does not have to be about her life. We want to know Kristy. We want to know how you became the household name that you are in influencing and beyond. What was your thought process like? How did you grow up? And yes, I know some of you are watching and you're like, well, Lindsey, she has videos on that. Listen, she very well may. However, there's nothing like having a book. It's evergreen. It will live during you. It will live after you. It's a part of leaving a legacy. Kristy needs to write a book. But again, the book would not be a tell-all, but we want to know the nitty-gritty of how Kristy Scott and or Kristy, insert last name here, okay, on how she became who she is, on how she's juggling motherhood, on how she was navigating being a wife, and now what the next chapter is going to look like. Everybody's going to go and it's going to sell out, and sis is going to get to the bag, and this is how you monetize headlines. This is how you continuously stay relevant. It's how you keep the people talking. It's how you're continuously in the media, because she's going to take this situation. She's going to take her divorce. Headlines are already talking. I love that she hasn't said anything. I love that she has not said a word. Okay? We love that. We love that. That's what the book is for. It's going to sell like hotcakes. It is going to sell like hotcakes. And again, this is how you leverage being in the public eye. This is how you leverage being in the media. That's one bag. Let's get to the second one. The second one. I need for a producer to reach out to her for a reality show. Nothing ratchet, nothing, again, tell all, nothing bashing. This is going to be about Kristy's journey. It could be called Cooking with Kristy. Why that? Because we saw her recently try to make, I forgot what dish it was, but if you go check out her page, she was trying to cook, and yeah. So, Cooking with Kristy. But hear me out. It's not just going to be Kristy. She's going to collaborate with a chef. There's going to be a partnership in this. The chef is going to come. She's going to learn how to cook. She's going to learn how to cook some of her favorite dishes on the show a little bit better than she already does. And while they're cooking, while they're making cocktails, while they're making mocktails, she is going to be checking in. She's going to be sharing some of her heart, right? She might even share some stories about why her dish is her favorite dish. Okay? We want to see this. E could pick it up. Bravo could pick it up. Lifetime, WeTV, okay? But a show. And also, in addition to this, not only is she going to have her own show on a network, but listen, guest appearances, Real Housewives. She's going to start doing speaking engagements. She's going to put together an entire book tour based upon the book that she writes. It's going to be promoted also on the show. It's going to be promoted also on these guest appearances that she makes on other shows, on other podcasts. Why is this necessary? I'm glad you asked. Because you always want to make sure that you are maximizing on your opportunity. The publicity that she is getting right now, most content creators and most influencers are not getting. Let's be clear. Even if they are, they're not being talked about well. Right now, everybody is on Kristy's side. Kristy has our support, right? And we want to see her win. There's nothing like being in a position where you're dubbed America's sweetheart. Right now, that's Kristy. It's Kristy. So, producers better get on it. Literary agents, book agents better get on it, because there's so much potential. There's so much that she could leverage, again, in terms of opportunity. In terms of making sure that this is something to watch. So I look forward to seeing greater happen. I look forward to seeing an amazing experience for Kristy after this, right? Inside of the Take is never going to be a series where we're just bashing people. I do not believe in that. Again, I am a Jesus girl, so I'm always going to give encouragement, and I'm always going to give a bit of publicity alongside this. Now, let's talk about you. You that are watching, let's talk about it. Most of you, if you are a business owner, you need to take the advice. What do I mean? A lot of you don't realize how you can turn your pain into purpose. You don't realize how you can turn your pain and those horrible moments and those horrible things that you've endured. People want to hear from you. They want to see you. They want to know your story. They want to know why your business exists. They don't just want to buy your water bottle, right? They don't just want to buy your t-shirt. They don't just want to hire you for services. They want to know the why behind the why. Are you sharing that? I've heard so many people resist and say, oh, I don't want to build a personal brand. I just want it to be about the book. Okay. Or, oh, I don't want my face to be seen. It's 2026. If you are in business of any kind, in anybody's industry, you can no longer hide. I know people have been making income and all these things from faceless marketing, but there's nothing like giving a person the opportunity to make human connection, especially with AI, right? People are making AI videos, AI photos. All those things are great. All those things have their place. However, now more than ever, when we talk about building a know, like, and trust factor, I want to see you, see me, see you. Right? I want to connect with you. I want to feel you. I want to feel your energy. I want to see who you are on camera, real time, right? That is how you build a brand that becomes a legacy. That is how you build buy-in from your customers, from your target audience, from people that you dream of partnering with, right? But how is Capital One going to be able to call you about how you got out of debt in 6 months if you never share the story? If you're not on video, if you're not documenting your journey. So, rounding it out, wrapping it up, when we talk about Kristy Scott, I'm so excited for what's to come for her life, her business, her vision, her children, her career, right? I'm excited for her. Now, we might talk about Desmond in a later episode, but after the home, he wants to do Mr. Schmackerdoodle-doo, making out doodle. I don't want to talk about that right now, so we're not going to talk about it because it's my show. Thank you guys for tuning in. I can't wait to see you on the next episode. If you have a question on how I can help you, if you want me to coach you through for free in your business, I'm going to drop the link below. It'll be in the comment section. Make sure that you apply, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.